Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this video for the full moon in Aries. So for those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. It's great to have you here. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of these readings, the kind of energies I call in, the kinds of ways that I encourage you to engage with this material and your spiritual support team that we work with to get guidance for these phases and to learn more about ourselves, you can check out my tutorial video on how to get the most out of these videos. It's like a welcome video. It covers the things that I say over and over again and gets you caught up to speed with how to get the most out of what I'm offering. It's totally not necessary, but it is an option available to you if that feels good and aligned. So to those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate having you here. It is really fun to be able to offer this service as I'm learning more and diving deeper into this amazing modality of astrology, and the combination of it with the cards is just really super fun. And so I've been enjoying the guidance that's coming through and benefiting from it. And I know you guys have been commenting that you have as well. And it really means a lot to me. So just taking this moment, as I do every video, to connect with you and to let you know how much I appreciate you being here and how much of an honor it is to be able to be of service to you in this way. So let's talk about full moon energy. The cycle of a full moon is always going to give us the opportunity to celebrate. It's this pinnacle moment where all of the energy of a certain archetype is being celebrated, honored. It's at the fullest of its potential. So every time there's a full moon, it's always going to be in the opposite sign of where the sun is in. So each sign of the zodiac has an opposite. And the opposite of Libra, which is the solar season we're in, if you haven't watched my solar season Libra readings, which gives you more information about the Libra archetype and clues you in to where this energy shows up in your life, and of course gives you guidance to how to navigate this solar season, check those out. So the opposite of Libra is the energy of Aries. So the moon was new in Aries 6 months ago. And that's going to become more relevant. The 6-month period between phases, new and full, is going to be relevant next month because we have an eclipse. And eclipse energies typically last those entire 6 months, whereas the energy of the traditional moon cycles only lasts for about 28 days. So you'll see here that we're having this full moon in Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, on October 9th, and it's going to be happening at 16:55 Eastern time. And our energies here are going to be relevant until November 8th, which is when the full moon in Taurus happens, and that will be an eclipse. So that will be really referencing the last 6 months. But the full moon energy here, let's get back to that, is a celebration. The archetype of Aries is the energy of the beginning of the zodiac. It's this spark vibration. It's what gets everything into motion, into action. And it's the energy of passion. So we are going to be diving into where emotionally in your life there is a celebration of passion, and where energetically in your life, like where specifically is that celebration happening in your life. So how does it relate to the emotions, this celebration of passion, and where does it relate to you? So the two things that you're going to be watching for in these readings, you're going to be watching for 2 different alignments. Don't worry if you're not on the right video right now. I'm going to tell you how to find which videos to watch, and then you can navigate to the right video when it's time, when you're done watching this introduction. It's the same for everybody, okay? So the first reading that you're going to want to tune into is the advice for where the moon was when you were born. So you are going to need your birth chart. So on your birth chart, you're going to be looking for this symbol, and you're going to be looking for the astrological sign, the zodiac sign, that this symbol is in. If you do not know how to access your birth information, how to read a birth chart, I created a tutorial video to help navigate you through that system. You can go ahead and watch that tutorial video. Ask me questions at the end if you do not understand enough to guide yourself to the right videos, and I will be happy to explain. So you're going to want to know where the moon was when you were born, and you're going to want to watch the advice that's relevant for where the moon was when you were born. The other alignment you're going to watch for is where this full moon is happening in your life. To know where this full moon is happening in your life, you're going to look for 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries, and you're going to find which house that occurs for you. And then you'll watch that relevant advice. Again, if you don't understand what that means, that tutorial video will cover how to find out which house this is in for you. Now, I've created a new tutorial video to show you how to use the whole house system. I love the whole house system. I think it's very easy to explain, especially for people who are very new to astrology, and it makes it a lot easier to understand. So essentially, if you already know your rising sign, if you're using the whole house system, you can find out which house Aries is in by going through the zodiac from your ascending sign all the way until you find Aries. So my ascending sign is Virgo. Okay, so that would be the first house. The next sign in the zodiac is Libra, second house. Third house would be Scorpio. Fourth would be Sagittarius. Fifth would be Capricorn. Sixth would be Aquarius. Seventh would be Pisces. Eighth would be Aries. Okay, so you have to know the order of the zodiac and you have to know your ascending sign to be able to utilize the whole house system to find out which house this is in for you. You can also utilize any other house system and just watch the advice that's relevant for the house system that you're watching. And if all of that went over your head, watch the tutorial video. It'll explain, okay? I don't want to leave you guys in the dust here, but I have been leaving little breadcrumbs and giving you videos that you can watch and access to help you navigate these understandings, these awarenesses, these readings. So we are going to be getting guidance from the Goddess Power Oracle by Collette Reid. And before we dive into the individual readings, I just want to let you guys know that there's many ways you can support me as I support you, as we support each other. You can join my chakra meditation service. It's on WhatsApp. It's only $14.40 a month. You can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services, which is also where you will find my new chart reading services that I'm going to be offering. I'm very excited to roll out this service, and I'm also very nervous about it. I'm even having trouble talking about it because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally feel ready, and I'm really excited to dive into your chart with you. If you want to learn more about the uniqueness of you, the geometry of you, beyond what I offer in these free readings. And of course, you can always comment on the videos. That helps me with the algorithms and gets me out to more people. And you can always share this with people. And there's always the option to donate if you feel inspired to do that at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. Link is in the description. Let's get to your individual readings. So this reading is for you if the moon was in Sagittarius when you were born, and or if this full moon in Aries 16 degrees 55 minutes shows up in your 9th house. If you haven't already taken a few deep breaths, called in your support team, and opened your heart to receiving the guidance that's most aligned for you, I invite you to do that now. You can always pause this video if you need more time to set those intentions. And let's find out what card is for you. Ooh, I like this one. I like them all though. So number 42, Parvati and devotion. True commitment comes from wholeheartedly living in the body, mind, and spirit. When the Hindu goddess Parvati rises up to greet you, she is acknowledging you for your sincere devotion to personal growth. With the world in so much turmoil, it is not easy to devote yourself to higher knowledge and a strong faith. But if you are to serve others by being a bearer of love, compassion, and light, you must recommit yourself every day as unwavering in your devotion as Parvati was to Shiva and her goal of bringing peace to the world. Parvati asks you to find silence in daily meditation to contemplate your devotion as well as your commitment to all of life and to making this world a better place. The great goddess is present when you renew your devotion and make that relationship a priority above all else. Then, in all areas of your life, your every choice will be in alignment and in service to the truth. When the goddess Parvati comes to visit, it is a beautiful sign that you are on the right track. Wow. I have so much to say about this, but let me dive into the moon reading. And if you're here for the house alignment, just scroll ahead. So first things first, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the moon in Sagittarius means. So if you already know this, just scroll ahead to the interpretation. The moon in our astrological story represents our emotions, and the location that it's in, the sign that it's in, represents how our emotions express. So your emotions express themselves through the Sagittarian archetype, which is the energy of the archer, the center, the bow and arrow shooting its desires out into the universe, staring at the stars and galloping off into the sunset. This is the energy of your emotions. I'm a Sagittarian sun, so I know the Sagittarian energy. It's very dreamer-like, likable, very optimistic, very intellectual, and very independent as a sign. So when it comes to your emotions, that's the quality that your emotions express. If you don't feel resonant with these energies, know that there may be something going on in your chart that's in opposition to your moon. And the relationship of how your chart expresses the geometry of your chart might be suppressing this energy a little bit. I'd love to dive in with your chart and let you know kind of what I'm seeing. If that feels aligned to you, you can schedule a reading with me, okay? So how does this relate to Parvati's message? Oh my freaking goodness. I love this message for my Sagittarian moons. Yes. Okay. You're dreaming this new world into being. Your devotion to this world of peace, your optimism in having faith in humanity is what we're celebrating here, okay? We are celebrating your devotion. She's inviting you to celebrate your devotion through continuing to devote to this connection that you have with your source. This goal of peace that you have is going to be most served, she's saying, through daily devotional time spent connecting with your support team, whatever that means to you, whoever they are for you, however you do that. It could be meditation and just sitting in space and waiting for guidance and advice. You may have a different process. Please go ahead and use the devotional practice to your support team that feels most aligned to you, but she's inviting you in to connect with your support team daily, however that manifests for you. Okay? If you don't have a way to do that, definitely try the meditation, okay? Because that's what she suggested. But we are in a celebratory phase here. We are celebrating the devotion that you have committed to this vision, the dreams that you have, the optimism that you brought into this life. We're celebrating that. And we're inviting you to continue to activate this devotion through setting this time aside to work with your support team so that you can achieve your dreams easily. She's saying when you connect with that team every day, you are confident that every choice you're making is in alignment with your dreams. This is what we're celebrating this month. This connection and this devotion. Yeah, love it. And look at which area in your life this is occurring by finding out where this full moon is pinging, which house this is in for you, by watching your moon alignment. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know how this is resonating with you. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within you. Namaste. All right, so 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries was in your 9th house when you were born. Let's talk a little bit about the 9th house energy. So if you're already acclimated with that energy, you know it, just scroll right ahead. So the 9th house is the area of our life that deals with spirituality. So these are all things when it comes to your ideology, when it comes to, it also has to deal with travel, has to deal with higher education, higher learning, and law, and a second partner. So this is all the different areas that it could represent, but particularly it's the area of your life that deals with your spiritual nature. So when it comes to this card, I love how this is aligning because she is talking about your spiritual life. She is talking about your devotion to your support team, to your dreams, and to this connection with your support team to achieve your dreams. So this is a celebration for you of your connection to your support team through continuing devotion to checking in with your support team on a daily basis. Okay? Whatever that means for you. If you already have a practice for connecting with your support team, it means continue to do that practice. If you don't already have a practice for this, then she's suggesting meditation, and I suggest you try that as well. There's many different ways to do this, but for me, what I do is I just sit and I open my heart to receive, and I call in my support team and I let them speak to me through meditation. Some people are connect better when they're writing it out. What sometimes I will do is I'll use one color pen for myself, my own voice, and then I'll use a different color pen depending on what other voices, whatever support teams I'm calling in. And I just feel that energy and write whatever I feel that energy telling me to write. If you have, if you want help developing a practice, please reach out. I can help you come up with something that aligns for you. But that's what we're celebrating this lunar phase for you. We are celebrating your devotion to your spiritual nature. And we're celebrating through continuing this devotion through a daily practice. And you're going to look at your moon alignment. Hopefully you already did. And you are looking at what emotions are being celebrated too. And hopefully you're bringing those emotions into this daily devotional and into this celebratory phase for you as well. That's all I got for you, my beauties. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your devotion to your dreams, to connecting with your support team on a daily basis. You are powerful and incredible, and it's an honor to be on this journey with you. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.